As the new head of the MUI Group, Andrew Khoo always knew that turning the company around would be a challenge. Now just around halfway into his 3-year turnaround plan, we asked about progress, improved numbers, and whether his father, Tan Sri Khoo still doles out advice. It's actually just been over a year since you took over as CEO in this company. How has the journey been so far?
That first 12 months, there's a lot of things to do. Just getting to understand the business. And we have many different businesses, many different companies within our organization. So just getting to understand the business and more importantly, the people behind that, and then to craft out a vision for the entire group. So that in itself is something that I've been doing. One of the very key milestones that we did was to call a town hall meeting. So we had a town hall meeting last year. And that really was a platform for me to listen to the staff and also for me to share my aspirations.
Now you're probably just under the half-year mark of your 3-year turnaround plan. Has everything been going on according to your plan, or has it been, a lot of hiccups here and there?
Generally speaking, I would say it's moving in the right direction. There are certain things that haven't moved as fast as I would like, and some things also take time. It takes time to do certain initiatives. But I think generally speaking, I'm quite okay with the pace and where we're moving because we've done a lot of things and people can see the changes.
Now looking at your recent performance, actually it's quite encouraging. Some of your companies have actually returned to black as well. Are you encouraged by this, or are there still a lot of things to do?
Well, that's why when I first laid out my plan, I tried to be realistic. That's why it's a 3-year plan. So really to fully realize the objectives, it will take 3 years and 3 to 5 years. So that's why you've seen that within 12 months, we've been able to achieve certain substantive improvements, and ultimately, we're all judged. We're a listed company, and we're judged by our results and our numbers. So, the overall objective is for the entire group to return to the black and to be profitable. So, I would say we're halfway there.
So, have you actually identified some of the companies that you want to, sell off?
I think what I've mentioned to the markets and my communication is that we definitely need to rationalize. We need to go undertake a corporate restructuring exercise. So part of that exercise would be to identify assets that we want to retain and enhance, and perhaps certain assets that may not fit within our overall game plan. So that's an ongoing exercise. So that's something that we're continuously reviewing internally with the senior management team and the board of directors.
MUI Group is a big group with a lot of business, but let's start with your retail segment. Now, it's actually not a secret that Laura it's been struggling, and you guys have closed down some of the stores in the UK as well. Now, Black's offer is no longer on the table, but are there more suitors coming along, knocking on your door?
Not as far as I'm aware. I think that offer was quite opportunistic, but we can also see it as a compliment. There are parties out there in the market, they see the potential in the brand, they see the value in the brand. That offer was, of course, very undervalued, and at the board level, we felt it was just not the right fit, and it was not the right offer for us.
What kind of strategy are you putting in? Because previously you say that you want to go, focus more on e-commerce. 25% of revenue from Laura is actually from e-commerce. So what are your plans on this particular segment?
Actually, it's more than 25%. We're between 25 to almost 30%, and that percentage will of course increase over time. So we need to look at the whole business holistically. It's not just offline physical retail stores, and it's just not online. A lot of people talk about omni-channel. So we need to look at the whole offline-online strategy and then determine what is the right size for us. I did mention that my idea of the right number of stores would probably be a reduction of 30 or 40 stores. But there is no immediate plan to reduce stores. That was just a general direction that I had kind of communicated out. But over a period of time, I do foresee that we will reduce the stores, because by natural attrition, store leases will come up, and then we will just reduce stores accordingly.
Now, coming back a little bit on brick and mortar stores. Now, Clarkson just say that they want to close down store in KLCC. Do you think department stores still have a future here in Malaysia? There
is a reduction in foot traffic into departmental stores, because I think today's millennials, maybe they don't really like shopping in departmental stores. So I think the way we see today probably don't have a very good future. So one has to transform and change dynamics within the departmental store, which is exactly what we're trying to do inside Metro Jaya in Mid-Valley. So you will see a lot of exciting concepts coming on stream and interesting, more experiential type things.
Interestingly, your food division is doing pretty well according to earnings numbers.
Yep.
So what are your plans in your food division?
It's very early days in terms of the turnaround for our food division, and we're putting a new team, a new head. He's quite dynamic. It's a very dynamic and young team. We have a lot of plans to enhance our brands. So you will see some rebranding exercises happening for some of our big brands in the market this year. For example, crispy chocolates. You will see more aggressive promotions. New products will be coming on board.
So any updates on what kind of projects you're planning to launch this year?
This year we're going to launch a clubhouse with a semi-covered swimming pool. It's got a multi-purpose hall, a badminton there, gym. These are amenities and facilities for the residents. Currently we're planning a complete lakeside with the walking trails and cycling trails. So all these little things that we feel will just enhance the experience for our residents.
Even though your dad is no longer an executive chairman of the company, does he still give you advice like once in a while?
Well, I meet him on a regular basis. Once a week, I try and make it a point to have lunch or dinner with him. But the values he's sort of imparted in me, he's done it since I was young. I've been growing up, and all those years, even I still remember some of those values that he holds very dear. Things like hard work and integrity, I keep those values very close to me. And to this very day, those are the founding principles of the MUI Group.